arrived at your dream college, you're a freshman, you're all excited, but are you really prepared? Well, the preparation had a lot more to do with your life experiences and the lessons you take from those than all your academics and extracurricular. We're going to be talking about that in this video. Right, there's really 5 different kinds of experiences that we'll talk about in this video that can prepare you for college. One of them will be intentional. These are things that you planned out, challenges that you knew you were going to do. 2 would be personal challenges, family challenges, things that you've kind of overcome. That could include, as a separate category, we really kind of separate this out, but financial, ways that you've met that and taken that on. 4th would be like cultural experiences and things, travel opportunities and all these sort of things, that lots of life lessons there. And the last is your mindset, and how it is your mindset that's going to allow you to pull out those valuable life lessons from all those experiences. We'll be talking about all of those things in this video. So these intentional life experiences are something that you know you kind of want to do outside of school, but it's going to help really shape you. It's purposeful. Perfect example of this would be becoming an Eagle Scout. So let's take Jake, for example. He got involved in Cub Scouts back in elementary school. And he liked the scouting. He liked the outdoors. He liked doing those activities. His dad helped with that because his dad was really involved in scouting and liked the organization, what it did. So Jacob realized too is that the Eagle Scout process, how difficult it was. So when only a low percentage of people achieve that, it's really important. It's honorable. It shows that you've done something that most people can't do. This is one reason why it's such valued by colleges and other organizations if they know somebody was like an Eagle Scout. So that was an idea of an intentional thing that Jake knew, this is what I want. I'm going to go after it. And he did. And he kept working and working at it. And by the time he was a junior in high school, he was going before the board to get his Eagle Scout. And it was a significant component of that application process that he's putting together. And the lessons he pulled from each of those events, each step of that process, he could articulate to the colleges and other people. And it was those lessons he was able to pull out from those experiences and explain those lessons that really cemented the value of that intentional experience of becoming an Eagle Scout. Life has a way of knocking people down all kinds of different ways. Your ability to take the lesson from whatever storm of life you sail into, file that lesson away, learn from that lesson, grow from it, move on, says a lot about who you are and who you will become from that event. Those sort of obstacles, you need to be able to kind of find them and learn from them and let them help you grow versus get you down. I need to tell the story of one of my wife's cross-country athletes who junior year, I think it was, in high school, tragedy really struck and her father was murdered. And this is a time when, you're trying to put your best stuff forward to begin that whole process of getting to college. And she knew she was going to be like one of the first ones in her family to go to college. That was her mission and her goal. Well, needless to say, that tragedy really caused some real challenges for this young woman. But she took those lessons, she persevered, she grew from it. She didn't let those experiences defeat her or that mission or that goal. She actually even appeared on the Oprah Winfrey Show because she had been an immigrant who had come from a really tough, violent situation in her home country, only to have her father murdered by some rival clan that also had come here in this country. But she ended up being able to fulfill her dream of go to college. and she got some help and support. That was part of being on the Oprah show. She was able to get some of the financial awards, but she was a lovely young lady, highly motivated, and she got the help she needed in order to take the lesson from that experience and learn from it and grow. Some people actually have had lots of opportunities to travel. Seek those opportunities out. You don't necessarily have to be a world traveler to be able to learn something from any sort of travel experience, even if it's going away to a summer camp that's out of state, that's a little bit farther away, doing an outward bound experience, and doing a canoe trip down a river like I did when I was in middle school. All of those things can be incredibly valuable learning experiences. They last a lifetime. I can tell you about one person, Andy, who actually he lived abroad. Like, so he grew up in the United States as a child, and then his family went, because of his dad's work, to India. That's where he spent most of his elementary school years. Then they came back to the States for like a year or so, 2 years, and then it was off to Switzerland. That's where he did his high school years. And actually, even when he was in college, he came to college in the States. But those experiences and traveling while he was in India and in Switzerland, all the travels that he took all those lessons and was really able to apply those so that he was well prepared for the transition of his life from going from home to living thousands of miles away from home in his college here in the States while his family was still in Switzerland. Those experiences, whether it's travel like that or some simple summer camp experiences like traveling down a river on a canoe trip, can be life altering and really help you be prepared for that experience of being away from home for really potentially the first time in your life. Financial challenges can be really, overwhelming for some people. They just don't know how they would be able to cope with it. Like, how am I going to be able to go to college? I can't even afford to do any of these experiences other people have. I can't afford to go to summer camp. I can't afford to go down a river trip with some friends. I can't afford to take on some of these cultural experiences. These sort of challenges, some people just kind of give up on the very idea. Let me tell you about George, a good friend of mine, who grew up in a very poor family. Like, they really had very little. But he was a good student and he was going to go to college. His mom encouraged him. Had no idea how he was going to pay for it. But he sought out all the different opportunities and tried to get money. He actually went to a top business school. He was there for a year and realized financial challenges hit him again. But he never gave up. He looked at alternatives and realized that, all right, I can go to the state university. I can get this scholarship and I can get this financial aid there. I'm playing baseball. I can get some help that way. He figured things out. He went to that university, graduated from that university, and had a very successful career in the insurance industry, earning literally 3 times what his family used to earn when he grew up. He kind of led the American dream. He met that hardship, took lessons from it, and figured out how to work around his financial situation. It's ultimately your mindset, your ability to solve problems, think creatively, the beliefs that all things are possible. That sort of mindset is going to help you find solutions to the problem, find the resources, persevere, knowing that you can get the outcome. It's the mindset that's going to drive a lot of those actions, and that mindset's trainable. Those beliefs are trainable. Each one of those people I mentioned in these stories all had a mindset of what I call a champion, because they weren't going to give up. They were going to find solutions to their problem. That's what they do. That's what they did. They were able to extract those lessons and reach their goals, get into those colleges of their choice. So you need to kind of look through this video, think about those life lessons that you've experienced from any of those categories, all those categories. Pull that lesson out. Then you imagine yourself at the college and how this lesson would apply to being in college. You go through that and you're going to be much better prepared for the unexpected things that will happen in college. If you found this video valuable, I would love it if you would subscribe to the channel, check out our other videos. You also might be interested in registering for a free webinar, Empower in Excel. There'll be more information on this kind of thing in that webinar, and you can find the link to that in the description to this video. And I'll see you in the next one.